Okay, get my stuff going. All right.
The next 30 minutes are ad-free, thanks to the following sponsor.
Okay, we're ready to roll.
We're so sorry. We had to apologize for technical reasons. We're logging in late, a little late, later than we had advertised. We apologize for that. But we're gonna get started in a minute. Let's just give a minute so other people can be also notified of the live video before we start. So just give us a few minutes, and while you're waiting, if you can also share the video, we also appreciate you for that. Okay? We will appreciate you for that. If you will share it, just like we're sharing it too. So I noticed that that's how people get notified that something good is going on if their friends will let them know what's going on. So please, as you log in, yes, we're here. We're coming on shortly, and we'll be with you in a minute. We just want to kind of share the video so that our friends will know that, hey, something is going on. And if you're joining the live broadcast, if you don't mind, just do us a favor and just let us know you're here. It's always a joy to have you. Believe me, it's a joy to have you. We're so privileged to have you watching. So I see Detria and I see Emmanuel. Thank you all so very much. All the way from Nigeria watching us. God bless you mightily and richly, because otherwise we will just be talking to ourselves, and we do that all day anyway. So we don't need to go live on Facebook just to watch, each other or just to talk to each other. So we appreciate if we could talk to somebody else besides just us. That will be great. That would be awesome. So how y'all doing? Thank you, Sister Christina. We see you. God bless you. How's everybody doing? Ladies, how was your Mother's Day? I spent mine in South Africa, Johannesburg. It was really nice. It was nice. Hey Carol, all the way from Kenya. We love you. Thank you for tuning in to watch the broadcast. We appreciate you so very, very much. Appreciate you much. And today we're gonna Christina all the way from DIC Houston. Yay! We love you so very much. Um, you are always, always special to us. Very, very, very special. And yes, and we see everybody coming in, and we should just say thank you so very much for being a part of the broadcast. We didn't want to broadcast last week, which was a Mother's Day, because we thought everybody's gonna be all busy and things with whatever they're doing, mothers being pampered, and we didn't want to take away from that time of pampering for mothers. And we just came back. Oh, yeah, the Winlows are watching. We love you too. We just came back from Johannesburg, and as you can see, we're kind of a little tired and stuff like that. Trying to
Is
get
it that obvious?
trying to get kind of like acclimatized to our base. Thank you so much, the Winlows. We love you. And so, if you could just share this video, we will truly, truly say, "Mwah," appreciate you for that. We love you so very much. We're going to be talking all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Angela, we love you. Thank you so much for logging in. And Yes, I was saying, we had a fun time in Johannesburg. It was a long trip too. I mean, we were there for a long time, and we just came in. We're back to base for
Glad to
now.
be
For
back.
now, and we're glad to be back. It's always nice. It's always beautiful when we can come back to base. Just to see things and be a blessing to our families also before the Lord just takes us. It's time to go. It's time to go. I mean, that's life for us right now, and so we're gonna go right deep into what we're discussing this afternoon and or evening for some people. I know Kenyans and Nigerians is already evening for you guys. So we're talking about setting boundaries for your relationship. Again, we're talking about setting boundaries for your relationship, and uh, so I'm just gonna right here. I mean, I can't assume that everybody knows us. I mean, my name is May Victor, and this is my husband.
Victor,
Yeah, and together we are
Team
Team
Victor.
Victor. Team Victor. We love it when you stop us on the way and say, "Are you Team Victor?" Yay! Because we believe in team spirit and teamwork.
Oh yeah,
All right, right, honey.
that's how you roll.
That's how we roll.
That's how you
That's
roll
how we
in
roll.
marriage.
Yeah. So from Jordan, all the way from Jordan, Christabel, thank you so much for joining us on this live broadcast. We love you. We appreciate you all the way from Jordan. Wow.
Christopher,
Thank
is
God.
that Oman or where? Where are you in Jordan?
Yeah, that's a long ways, right? I mean,
Well, almost
but
like Nigeria,
thank
but
God for technology. It's almost like we're all living in the same place, the same roof, under the same roof. So anyway, we're talking about boundaries.
Mhm.
So the question is, what are boundaries, honey? I mean, what do we when we're talking about setting boundaries in our relationship? We don't want to be misunderstood. You know what I mean? Because there's what boundaries are, and there is what boundaries are not. In other words, we're not building walls around us and like we won't talk to nobody and nobody talks to us and stuff like that. So, what is a healthy boundary? In a marriage relationship, because this time around we want to cover watching from Johannesburg, Shannon. Hey, how are you, sister? God bless you. It was nice hanging out with you guys a couple of weeks ago, just a week ago.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Even though the weather
Even though the
got
weather
cold
got
on
us, and I know you guys are already knee deep in it. Johannesburg, we run away before it got really hectic because he was starting to get hectic too. But anyway, we love y'all. And so, what are boundaries? When you talk about boundaries, what are boundaries that you can create? And now, are we talking about only marriage? Do we also include, like engaged couples? Or even singles. I mean, like, what are we talking about? What is boundaries?
I think boundaries are actually separating yourself, or how do we put it? Boundaries are you putting limitations on who can reach you and who you can reach. So it's a two-way thing that you set that limit or put that wall, and an imaginary wall, as far as if you live in a house and you set boundaries, it means who can come in and who can go out. So those are the imaginary building walls. It's not like the wall that our president is proposing to build, but we're talking about imaginary walls.
Okay, so we were talking about the walls are not physically there, but you consciously know that technically there's a wall around. Like you gotta put some kind of if we don't call it boundary, what do we call it? Like checks, balances,
Checks and
or
balances.
protection, kind
Protection.
of around our marriages and around our relationships. And we're saying that this is really very important, right?
Oh yeah, it is
To do
important.
that. So we're not. It's not like you're covering your whole self wrapping yourself in a bundle of cloth or ashes or whatever, and just walking around with a standoffish attitude, like, I've arrived, I'm married, so I don't want nobody to talk to me, that kind of wall. Is that the kind of wall we're talking
No,
about?
no, no, no. It's as I said earlier on, these are imaginary walls. Some of them are set by the mere fact of your relationship.
Okay.
Just when you fall in love, there are walls that are already set. People begin to see you two together and leave you two alone. So those walls begin to be erected from when you start.
Okay.
But when you now get married, there are some that you need to set. One, there are some people that will not recognize or acknowledge that you're really married now, and you should be left alone. Those people should be given notice that, hey, we're a couple now, we need to do things. Unfortunately, these are people who are really close to us. Sometimes it's our parents, sometimes it's our in-laws, sometimes it's our BFF, sometimes it's just people who are enemies of your progress. They don't want to acknowledge that you have something going on. But historically, culturally, and biblically, there has been boundaries. Sometimes it's said by saying in the Bible, if you're married, you're given 2 whole years. You don't go to war, you don't go to farm, you just honeymoon.
You just sit and honeymoon.
You're left alone to get to know
that
each
is
other.
Beautiful. I mean, God is such a romantic. I mean, like he knows.
Yeah.
He knows you need that time.
He knows. And traditionally too, in some traditions, you're also given time to be by yourself and build yourself up. Unfortunately, some of those traditions are also intrusive.
Right.
While they leave you alone, they also impugn
want you for themselves.
Yes,
maybe sometimes they just want you for. So listen, if you have any questions on setting boundaries, or you think that your boundaries are not properly set up and things are impinging, and you have questions, please, we welcome you. We try to make our live broadcast very interactive. All right. I mean, so if you have a question, just please type it on the comment section, and we promise you we will take your question, but you got to type it quick, because this broadcast is, we try to keep it at a particular time frame. So we talked about the boundaries. What are boundaries? Now we understand what we're trying to do. The purpose, honey, is of setting these boundaries is to protect our relationship.
Protect allow you to grow and be yourself.
There you go. So you
without
can grow.
Interference, without outside interference.
Because every relationship needs the time. You need the time, you need the space, you need the nurture, you need all it takes to form that good relationship that can take you to the next level and the next level and the next level. The least of the things that you need is a lot of people getting involved in that same relationship and pulling you apart. That's a lot of intrusion and a lot of things coming in, people, because you're dealing with your own stress. So bringing in external stress is even a lot of weight, right, on the relationship. So now the question is, how do we set these boundaries? Because I know some of them might be a little touchy. You know what I mean? Some of them might be a little touchy. What is the best way that we can set up boundaries for our relationship so we can create a healthy atmosphere around us, so we don't create this healthy atmosphere, and we don't create this atmosphere where people think that, okay, like our BFF that you're talking about, even parents, where they think, okay, you know what, now they're married, they're not even talking to anybody. It could go the other way. So how do you set up boundaries?
As I said earlier, and some of them are set by default, just because you're now too busy with yourselves or with each other, you don't have enough time for other people. So those boundaries are erected by default, but some you have to consciously set. And how you do that, when you're an individual, it's easier to say. You could say, well, I'll stop going to the bar if you're someone that drinks. Or you could say, I'll stop hanging out with these folks. They're not helping me. And those are your boundaries. You stop taking their calls, you stop going where you see them. But when you are a couple, it has to be a community decision. Because there's a lot of work that are involved in it. One thing is to set boundaries, another thing is to protect and defend those boundaries. If you set it and you cannot defend it, of course, you've wasted your time. So for it to be effective, both of you need to sit down, husband and wife, and say, what kind of marriage are we trying to build? Who do we want to influence us? Do we want our house to be an open place for everybody to come and go? Or do we want to take time and allow people to come when we invite them and when we screen them? And then those are how you set boundaries, so that even when only one spouse is there, those boundaries are defended and maintained, because it is done through communal or mutual decision.
And it's kind of interesting that you said both of us need to sit and decide, how to set the boundaries, right? Because, what we're talking about is, let's say a case where the two people are just newly married, okay? Yes. So you don't know all of my affiliations before and how deep and strong and whatever it is. And I don't know yours. I mean, we're just coming together as husband and wife. So that's why it's really important for us to talk. That way I can let you in on some of my, because some people, let's say, for instance, for the man, his mom and dad might be the closest, family tie that he has.
They may have a spare key to his house.
Right, but
they
some
come
people,
and go.
But for some people, it could be their aunt.
Could be their
may
best
have
friend.
Just raised them when they were growing up. So that's why it's important for us, to sit and talk about it. And when we're talking about it, we need to talk about it selflessly. We need to talk about it objectively. We need to talk about it with that mindset that the reason why we're talking about this or doing this is because we want to protect our relationship, and so we can have enough opportunity to grow.
Yes.
So it's not a question of you now checking me and saying, you know what, you can only have this friend, you can only have, what I mean?
When you do it that way, it doesn't work.
Okay.
It needs to be done early too in your marriage. You need to do it proactively.
Okay.
Not retroactively. You don't set boundaries when things start happening. And then it looks like you're trying to, like you said, checkmate someone away. But you said it at the beginning of your marriage and say, look, this is our marriage. Our parents are our parents. We love them, but we have to decide when they come here. I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
You said this is our marriage. Our friends are our friends. We jointly have to decide when they come to our house, when we have time for. They just can't barge in here whenever they want. And it's not just barging in, it's also calling you on the phone late at night. I remember the couple we canceled earlier on, and the issue that they have was that the young lady could not get rid of her male friends. Okay. There's nothing immoral. They were not doing anything immoral. But they're used to talking late at night. They will call any time of the day. They couldn't recognize that this lady is now married. It's time to stop calling her at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
And she couldn't understand why. Why would they stop calling me? Because these are the people I've hung out with. We've been all together from high school to college. These guys are my friends. So
we're not doing anything.
We're not doing anything. I mean, we're just hanging out. So why does my husband suddenly, why is it that I suddenly get in a relationship and I gotta just let them go just because somebody just came into my life? For the life of her, she could not understand that. Okay, now it's good that you have your, guy friends and girlfriends too, because it's not only guys. But now we have this unit
Mhm.
that we need to spend time on this unit or with this unit so we can make something really powerful. Let me tell y'all something. I found this out a long time ago. It takes a long time to build a relationship.
And a lot of hard work.
It takes hard
It's not
work.
even just the time,
My
it's the work.
goodness. I mean, you can't just handle it anyhow. And you know, we love, you know what, we're getting all those loves and we love y'all too back. You know, so it takes a while to build a relationship. You need time, you need space, you need everything, resources, everything that you got in you to focus on this relationship
And that's why
build this
that's why
relationship.
boundaries are really
Very important.
necessary, so that you can focus on that one thing,
Mhm.
which is your relationship, and not be distracted by things that are not really, that should take a secondary
Mhm.
position.
Yeah.
So it is biblical, it is traditional,
Mm.
it's functional.
It is
It is
functional.
good
Mhm.
for you, for your marriage. It's not, don't be sentimental. There's
About
nothing to be
it.
sentimental
Yes,
about it.
yes.
We're still friends. It's
Mhm.
just that our status have changed.
Right.
We went to South Africa, and the pastor who was hosting us was saying that when you're married, you've gone to the next level. And because you're on the next level, your status have changed. It needs to reflect on your other relationships.
Relationship.
You cannot pursue two things at the same time.
Yeah.
One will suffer.
So leaving yourself porous is really, really wrong. You don't leave yourself exposed.
Mhm.
You know why? Because when people come into your life, things start missing. If you're my Facebook friend, you know I've sent this out several times, and every once in a while, and we love you. Is that Celia from
It's
Zambia?
and Brenda.
Brenda, thank you so
Hi,
much.
Brenda.
Innocent from Abuja, we love you. Thank you for coming in. You know, when people come into your life and they leave your life, things miss.
Mm-hmm.
You lose things. You lose things.
They might leave your house,
you lose things
with their physical body,
yes,
and leave some of the spirits that they
there
carry
you go.
in your house.
Things start missing. I mean, like you might be missing joy, miss.
Mhm.
You lose joy.
Peace.
You lose peace. You lose
You might even lose motivation.
happiness. You lose love. You lose. I mean, sometimes they steal some things away. They don't mean to. They're not thieves. Please don't get me wrong. But sometimes either through interaction or through what they say, especially if they came in at the wrong time into your life. So we need to be really, really careful. As a matter of fact, you know, we say that besides the man, the wife, and the children, every other person is technically really a stranger. I mean, we're not saying they're strangers. You know what I mean by strangers. We love our family members and everything. But we say that we need time. We need time. We need time. Give us some time so we can grow. It's very difficult, and I'm going to say this, throw it out there. It's very difficult for some of us, most of us from the United States of America or, you know, developed countries don't have much of the family interference in the relationship. They probably have friends and other people just coming in, you know, and eroding the love and care of the relationship.
Yeah.
But a lot of us from the African, you know, origin have too many MBAs around. I mean, we love them, but you know, they're MBAs. I mean, and
What's that?
I know somebody's asking me, what is MBA? Are you talking about Masters in Business Administration? No. You know what? I'm going to let somebody guess what MBA means, okay? If you know what MBA means, you win a book just by watching this and just writing on the comment section, what do we mean by MBA? I almost want to exclude those that have gone through our certification.
Well, if they remember
I'm gonna just throw it open. I'm gonna just throw it open. MBA. But this is a group of people that, you know, come in and without them knowing it can negatively affect, oh Lord, okay, Emmanuel, I thought he would get it. He said, what MBA? That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave somebody to guess what MBA means as far as setting boundaries. If
for
you
marriage.
guess it, honey.
I'm just giving the acronym.
Okay, if you guess it, you get a book. You win a book this afternoon. But those other people, you just have to watch them. You just have to watch them. You just have to be very, very careful. So, honey, now that we're talking about setting boundaries, right?
How to
And
establish
how
it.
to establish it. How do we now enforce these boundaries? Because one thing is to have a community where we discuss and say, okay, this is our boundaries, this is who comes in, this is who doesn't come in, and stuff like that. Sometimes execution is
It's a
always
problem.
hard. It's hard. How do I tell my BFF goodbye? I mean, like, not goodbye, but could you please stand aside? What about all the good times? What about all the fun times we had together, the texting, the love we share? Sometimes it kind of like seems a little hard.
It is hard, and that's where the emotional part comes in, and that's why you need to do it jointly. Because if it's a mutual decision that you've made with your spouse, then it becomes almost like an order. It's not something that you're going to say, well, I decided that I really need to focus on my husband or my wife. You say, we have something going on now in our relationship. We need a little bit of time. Please, I hope you understand. And quite frankly, a lot of people will, because it's expected.
Even before that.
Yeah, it's expected that you're not married, you need some time to be by yourself. But there will be some who will flaunt that from time to time. But let me say this, that in order to set effective boundary, you have to set it internally and externally. And I'll have to explain what I mean by that. If you tell your BFF, I need a little bit of time so I can focus on my spouse, you also need to limit how much you call your BFF. It's not you pick and choose when something is not going on. When it's not good in the house, you look for your BFF. When all is well, you abandon your BFF. Or for your family, when things are not going well, you run to your mom. When all is well, you abandon your mom. You need to really be by yourself and learn to manage yourself through the hardship and through through whatever you're going through. That's how people respect that you're really, really engaged and you're busy with your marriage. So that's how you set it. And when we agree on it mutually, it really doesn't matter who enforces it. Because if it was to my own parents, I'll go tell them, well, my wife and I decided that we really need time to ourselves. Please, would you let us know before you come? Don't just give us some notice. It will be my wife will do the same thing with her parents. So it will not be I decided or my husband said you shouldn't come to our house.
Or maybe. No.
My husband said you shouldn't come here.
Yes.
Or my wife doesn't want you are coming.
Yeah, that would be a house divided against.
Please, can you tell us before you come? My wife doesn't really like it when you come.
Or you know what? Or another one that's a no. Another one that's a no is me going to tell his parents or his family members, you know what, y'all are not welcomed in our home anymore. I mean, I should not be the one. That's a capital no. He can't do that to me either, and I can't do that to him. Out of respect, we're gonna let somebody, see, they're laughing at you. I'm gonna let him handle, his part of the family and friendship and contacts. And I'm going to handle my own part of the contacts. But we're doing this in good faith. Thank you, Michelle Ward, for joining us all the way from Uganda.
Thank you. And we have you're speaking with
one voice. And you know what, honey? Some people might tell you, say, you know what, I don't have the boldness to go tell my parents, you know what, y'all call before you come in. Because this is their little girl. And now I'm married and I'm telling them that he's like, some parents might just smack you. I mean, not smack you literally, but is there a way that we can maintain this boundary without being too vocal about it?
Of
Hello,
course.
we want to announce to you guys, stay away. I mean, there's a way we can do it with wisdom.
Yes. I
You
think
know?
one way you can do it is to look at both your parents and see which one is more.
Okay.
If it's your mom that is more understanding, approach your mom first. If your dad is the one who will understand, mostly men are less sentimental about these things than
Okay.
women are. So I will generalize and say, I'll talk to my dad and say, look, Dad, I know you all like to really come. You have the spare key to my house. You come whatever you want. But right now, we really need some time to build this relationship and build this
Because
marriage.
wisdom is the key.
Wisdom is a
You know,
principle.
Yvette, you're very close, dear, but not quite. Yvette says MBA is mind your business action. Mind your business action. Not quite. Almost there, but not quite. You know, kind of about maybe the same meaning. But again, we announce if you get what it means, what MBA means as far as setting boundaries in your relationship. I mean, what are the clues, honey? What kind of clues can
That's
we
definitely.
go?
If you give them clue, they'll get it. I'm about to up the ante a little bit to add to the gift. If
Okay.
you get the MBA,
Okay.
we'll give you a gift certificate
Ooh
that
wee!
is worth $50.
My Lord, you get a book and then you get a gift certificate, and the word is MBA. There are some people that must not guess this. If you're watching now or anytime, Bridget, you are not permitted to join this. So don't
Or
even
to tell
try.
somebody.
Or to tell somebody so you can split the gift. You're not even gonna try that. Bridget Ellison, you are very much exempted from this, exercise that we're
Towing
doing.
in South Africa, you're exempted.
So in South Africa, you know what? We can, you are not. If you sat in our certification workshop like a week ago, you cannot join this. We're talking about what is MBA as far as it's a group of people. It's an acronym that we use to refer to people, who are not working with us as far as builders who are not building with us. Yeah. Oh my God. We almost gave it up, honey. You know what? Okay, so we gave you the clue already. So I'm hoping that somebody is going to be thinking hard to give us the acronym. But it is very important that we said, honey, how about what do we do with our coworkers? Can we delve into that a little bit? Because we also find out that sometimes that is where the problem comes. It may not be from the family, it may not be from your BFF. These are people that you just met.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah. Shannon, you are not serious. Marriage breaker apostles? No, sis. No.
Okay. Thanks for trying.
Let's try again. Almost there, but let's try again. Okay.
Don't be saying almost there because you're giving them clue. My $50 is on the line.
No, just like Yvette. Yvette was almost there with Mind Your Business Action. She was almost there.
Almost there.
So
going back, you were saying something about coworkers, and that's the delicate one.
Okay.
Your coworkers are really the hard one because these are people you spend a lot of time with. These are people who have seen you as a single person, who've hung out with you. They have an average of 8 hours to deal with you. So they are looking at you after your wedding. In fact, from your engagement, they're beginning to sense whether you're really engaged or you're just doing it for doing sake. So how you walk, how you dress, how you talk, your whole attitude has to change for your co-workers to get it. For your parents, just telling them they get it because they are not with you most of the time. For your BFF, you have to, how you act and how much time you have for them will tell them whether you're really serious. But for your co-workers, it's the whole enchiladas. They say how you walk, how you dress. What has changed since you got married? Are you married and you're still sharing your business? Are you married? You're still looking for affection? Are you married? You're still flirting around? Are you married? You're still doing all the things that you were doing before you got married?
Or maybe you joined the job after you're married.
Okay.
You know, so you were not a single person. So the way you carry yourself at work makes a lot of difference. Are you inviting people into your life by the way you act and carry on? Or are you maintaining your own boundary? Because you know what? The way that you present your boundary, that's the way the people are going to maintain it.
Of course.
If you present it like, I have a boundary right here, you know, people are going to take lead from you. But if you carry on like, anything goes, then they'll throw anything at you. Because you know what? Research has it that the people that you work with, they have the best of you.
They have you the best, your best.
They have the best of you. But you know what? By nature of your job, you have to be alert, awake, oriented, times 4, like we say it in the medical field.
Dress your best.
You know, you may not dress so sad. I mean,
like, you look good.
Some people have uniform job, you know, but even in the uniform job, you still have to carry yourself well, carry yourself good, you know. But these are the people that see you when you're most alert, when you make most sense, when you're with it, when you're energetic. Even when you're not energetic, you have to fake it.
When you're moody.
When you have to fake it because you got 8 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours to put in. So you got to be your best, at your best. Because by the time you finish work and go home, your spouse is getting the tired part of you. They're getting the cranky part of you,
the sleepy part of you.
There you go, and everything. You're like, you want to just eat and just jump in the bed. So 24 hours gone. So, but the people you are awake with, alert with, talking with, sharing things with, who know you, see you, and everything, they are the people that you work with. So you got to be very, very careful that, you know, when you get to work, we need to raise up because unfortunately, a lot of people, it's been a divorce. Divorces have happened just because somebody got to work and leave the job and start hooking up with somebody else at work.
I think there are statistics that also says that most affairs start at work. With people you work, those that you ride the bus with, your colleagues, your supervisors, those that are under you, things happen at work. And that's why we need to take that very, very seriously when we are married. And it doesn't really matter whether your ring is
whether you're wearing the ring or not. I was just going to talk about the ring.
Or it's
got diamonds and stuff like that.
Whatever it is. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your name is hyphenated. You add your last name plus your husband's name.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What matters is how you act.
Right. The way you carry yourself. The way you carry. Also, this is the world of social media. And we got a lot. They say what happens on social media stays there. But statistics have also proved that a lot of divorces happen, you know, just by people that people meet on social media. If you're on Facebook and you're married, change your status to married. And if possible, put to who. You know, Facebook gives you that option. You put in married. Some people just leave it at married. Married is good. But if your spouse is on Facebook also, you need to also include that you're married to this person. You got to set up this boundary very, very obvious. Make it very conscious that, hey, I'm not putting out myself out there. I'm fully taken. I'm really fully taken.
I'm serious about my relationship.
So you need to move on to the next house or to the next street or to the next place because really, really, truly, I'm taken, and where I am so very happy and satisfied where I am right now, and I'm not going nowhere. So you got to just put it out there because nobody is watching these things for you except you watching it, because we see a lot of things going on social media, Twitter, and you know all these places. And then, if you're on Facebook and you're a married man or woman, you need to act the part. You need to act the part. Carry yourself. Don't be posting all those nude pictures that you're fighting with your daughter. We don't know who's the daughter and who's the mom, because you're trying to get your groove back and you're trying to act, we don't want to go there. I think a word is truly enough. A word is truly enough because the boundaries are broken down only when we allow them to be broken down. Okay? Only when we allow them. We can't have our boundaries broken without our consent.
No. We can't have intrusions. We have to consent to it. One of the thing that I want to say is it's also what are you talking about when you talk with people, when you conversate with people? What are the subject? Are there things that those who are not compromised should be talking about? Are you talking about your spouse? If a guy is talking to a married woman, for instance, and out of 10 sentences, she says, my husband did this, my husband did that. That's a cue for the guy that this is truly a woman that is married. Or the man says, oh, I need to go home, my wife will be waiting. The woman knows that this one is a family man. I need to leave him alone. So the context or the content of the conversations that you have with people also matters. Those are some of the boundaries that we set. But if you are married and you're talking about happy hour, you're talking about things that you should not have no business talking about with the opposite sex, because those are green lights that people see. It may not be what you're giving out, but that's how people read it. They read it that you are available. They read it that there are no boundaries here.
Okay. And so if you're married, we're not saying the ring does it all.
No, it doesn't.
But we have had questions where it says, okay, should I continue to wear my ring? Okay, I don't feel it's tight, and it doesn't. Technically, it's not the only thing that protects you, but it helps. That is the first thing somebody sees,
in your hand.
In your hand, and that's the first clue. Now, how you carry yourself, beyond that is the next clue. But that's the very initial clue.
How you dress is the next clue.
Yeah, how do you dress is the next clue, and then how you carry yourself. So if you have a ring, a wedding ring, please, you know what? Go get it. Go get it. And if it's too tight or something, you can find stores around you that can resize it for you. Okay? There are stores around you that can resize it for you. Now, these days, we find out that there are some churches that don't use the ring for, exchange. They use the Bible. I hate to tell you to carry your Bible everywhere you go, and I don't know what to tell you. You probably need to talk to your clergy, man or woman, and ask them what to do. But if most people can do the ring. So if you got a ring, do not put it on the dresser, only when you're going out with your spouse. No, go and get it and put it. Find, resize it and put it on, and that will help you to get started. You know what I mean? You have to get started. And Shannon put in a comment. She said, also, don't discuss problems with just anyone. It opens the door to opportunity, men and women. Yeah. When you start sharing and talking about what happened last night, how you fought with your spouse and how you had a quarrel and everything, especially if you're telling this to, the opposite sex, yes. You're setting yourself up for failure. You are not establishing. No, you're not maintaining your boundary. You're not maintaining your boundary.
Actually violating.
Because you're inviting them to now come in.
Talk about your husband. Talk about your spouse.
Yeah.
Talk about the situation in your house.
Right.
And that thought, conversations always lead to decisions.
Yeah.
We have to realize that it was a conversation that happened in Genesis 3. Conversation. What do you think? You look good. One commendation, you look good, your perfume smells good, I love your dress. I love your dress. How do you react with that? Oh, thank you. Now, oh, thank you. Those are two different things. If you giggle and receive the commendation, the man is saying, okay, I think I can get
Tomorrow it's gonna be her hair. Tomorrow I'm gonna tell her I love her hair.
Tomorrow
And then the next one, I love your shoes.
And before you know it, you're dressing actually to get that
The
comment.
person's attention. And I know ladies, sometimes even me, I love commendations. I mean, and that's why I have to get it from my husband, whether he likes it or not. I mean, I've not even, let him give it to me and tell me that I look good, so that by the time somebody else says it outside, I'm like, I've already heard it from my husband and I'm good with it. I appreciate you, but then my head is not swollen just because somebody else said it, because I've already gotten it from the house. Now, another thing I need to put out.
And same thing with guys.
Yeah,
too.
guys, do they like
Oh,
recommendations?
yeah. Well, some encouragement. Honey, you're doing well.
Okay, now we're gonna put this out now, honey. We're gonna put. If you look at my husband, do you see something right here?
Well,
Growing here, it is beard. This man I've known for 30 years, married for 27 years, never seen beard. My husband wakes up now and say, you know what? I'm gonna grow beard.
No. Your husband turned
so
55.
Now
and he wants to get his groove back.
Oh, now, my husband now wants to get his groove back. See, now I'm putting our stuff out now on Facebook, so that our boundary of this area is about to be broken. Because guess who does not want this beard? It's me. But let's see. I mean, it's a 55. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And you want to get your groove back? You got your groove, honey. Here's your groove right here. You got your groove. You don't need no other groove. You hear what I'm saying?
Okay, let's finish our conversation.
All right, yeah. You know what? Look at that son is saying something. That is joining the Beards gang.
Thank you, man.
He's joining the Beards gang.
Somebody what's going on there.
Somebody needs to say something about this one, because this is not going down well with me, but we'll see. I'm gonna see how long he's gonna live it.
Well, let's see. I don't know.
You don't know how long.
It's like the hat thing that came up.
No, I didn't mind the hat. The hat was beautiful.
The hat was for a period of time, but it's still going on.
Okay.
So, let's see how that.
So what we're telling everyone is, please, give your wife, give your husband commendation. They looked good in your eyes. That's why you married them. So just tell them you look good. Maybe you look good. Whatever. Go find a dictionary or something, get the right words. Tell it to them when they dress up. Let me tell you something. It is so wrong. It's an error for your wife to dress up, going out to work, going out to a party, going to church, and you don't give her a commendation. It's a very serious error.
Especially if your wife is a quiet type. My wife is gonna ask for it if you don't give it.
Get it by force.
She's going to extract it by force. Haven't you seen me? Don't you think I look good?
Yeah.
What kind of husband is this that would see me?
Exactly.
I am spending hours, I'm spending minutes dressing up. What do you think, honey?
Exactly.
So, but some women are not like that. So you have to be proactive and say, let me tell you guys, if you're a guy here, even if your wife is not looking good, say, you look good, baby.
Yes.
You look good. You look smashing. And if you absolutely don't like what she's wearing, tell her
to change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not saying force her. I'm saying tell her that she will look better in some other way. Go bring something else.
Exactly.
Give her a suggestion. Give her option. What about this? This will really look good for what you're going for.
And if you think she's put on weight and nothing, seemed to work, don't wait until you're going out. You can start the gym tomorrow. Hey, we'll
talk about that some other day.
Started so we can put down the weight and the exercise and stuff like that. But don't make it look like nothing looks good. And Cheryl, thank you so much. That's a good point. I should Build each other up. Do not tear each other down. And by saying, commending each other, you are building one another up. And then again, let me add, if you are a parent, your grandma or a grandpa watching this video, please do your children a favor. Pull back a little bit and give them room to build each other up. I know this is very difficult. We don't have any of our children that is married yet. We're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. And I can imagine already that it probably will be a challenge for me and for my husband. But because of what we already know, give your daughter and her husband a chance to build themselves up. Give your son and his wife a chance to build themselves up. They are there. You've lived your life with their dad and with their mom. They need to also live their life. Do not set them up for failure.
And their marriage does not have to be exactly like yours.
Right.
Let them make their own mistakes and pick up from there. If they come for advice, give them advice. Now, having said that, I also know that there are some sons and some daughters who they also have difficulty letting go. So every little thing they're running to mom and dad. So mom and dad, you have an obligation to say, no, go, you're married now, honey. Go and talk with your husband or wife. You guys decide it or deal with it. If you need our help, come together. Come together and then talk to us. Don't call me and ask me for advice and decide.
And pray for them.
And then you uphold them in prayers.
Yeah.
I think we've taken quite a bit of time.
Yes, and then do we give out the MBA?
I think
okay, the MBA, nobody won it, so we're gonna give it out to you guys. The MBA, when we talk about setting boundaries for your relationship, those are the Marriage Breakers Association.
Oh yes.
The Marriage Breakers Association. I hope Emmanuel is listening and he got it. The Marriage Breakers Association. Those could be your friends. Those could be your relatives. Those could be parents. It could be the mother-in-law, father-in-law.
Co-workers.
Co-workers. Anyone who is not helping to build the relationship, that person is helping to break it, and that person has a degree. We already gave them a master's degree, but is not master's in business administration, is the Marriage Breaker Association. You know what? Shannon almost got it.
She almost
so
got
you
it.
know what, Shannon? You're gonna get one gift, okay? You're gonna get the ebook. So I'd like for you, yes, you almost had it. So send us your email, inbox us your email, and we will send across to you a book, okay? Just to say you got it, you were almost there, but you're not there.
So that means I get to save the $50.
Yeah, it's Marriage Breakers Association, and I don't want to have that kind of degree. And I don't know anybody want to have that kind of degree. And if you think you got that kind of degree, you need to give it back to them and tell them you did not sign up for that class. All right? You're not a marriage breaker. All right. God bless you all. We're going to stop right here. And we want to thank you so much for watching. Sorry we took your time a little bit. We will come to you next week and we will, back on schedule. Thank you so much. And keep loving each other. Remember to join together will make it forever. Thank you very much.
Defend that boundary. Yes. Set that boundary, but more importantly, defend it. Defend it. God bless you.
God bless you. Have a good night. Bye.